try and make a frat house. So when I think of a frat house, I'm thinking of a very square house. Like, just it speaks to me, but you know what I'll do? I'll do this, and then I'll make like a garage area that they kind of turned into like this makeshift party area is what I'm thinking. And then I'll try and make this a little bit longer so that way we kind of have like a patio space. Hmm. And then I'm thinking up here, and then we're just gonna do a roof line that goes into it. Um, I think that makes sense. Does that make sense to you guys, or am I crazy? Let's see. So then I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to find like I thought one of these had like a garage door. Like I think it was City Living. I wanna say it was City Living with the garage door. Those are some cool doors. Maybe it wasn't that. Hmm. Oh, that's so cool. That is cool. Sorry. I wanted to look at that. Um, sorry, I'm trying to figure it out. I had like an idea, but I can make like a makeshift garage door, which is fine. So the other day I tried to like raise the house and then put a fence next to it. Like here's what I was gonna do. Let me show you guys. What? It works. Oh my gosh. No. Oh my gosh. I sound so nitpicky now, don't I? Oh my gosh. Good gravy. Son, I'm thinking I'm only gonna do it half the length of the house because what I want to do is, ooh, I'm gonna do like stairs here, but I want to have like the fence here or something. So I don't want. Sometimes I need to look on the gallery. Like I'm gonna be completely honest. I'll look at the gallery to kind of get inspo of like what other people have done. So like if I go to lot, not everyone does garages, so which makes sense. You know, we don't have cars in The Sims. That's a beautiful house. Is that base game? No, I want it so bad. I think my heart just broke a little. I'm thinking about getting Life and Death as like a pack so bad. You guys gotta tell me, like, do you think it's worth the money or do you think that there's too many bugs right now to buy it? Because I want to be able to play it if I'm gonna buy it. Now, I'm thinking we probably want a privacy fence, don't we? Nah, let's do like a very basic white picket fence. Let's make this house look very generic. I did that wrong. So we definitely want like a bigger backyard. We're gonna do like a pool. Like we're gonna pretend like that these are rich frat kids, okay? Because I haven't done a pool in a while and I kind of miss it. And I want to do a rounded pool. So I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Saying that like as if though I'm talking about having kids. Guys, I've been thinking about it a lot lately. Oh, I put that there. I was like, what is I've been thinking about it a lot lately, guys. You know, I'm not having kids anytime soon. Maybe eventually, but not at this moment in time. Anyway, oh my gosh, look at that. I have been adoring having those little lines there. Just adds something to the house. I don't know what it adds, but it adds something. And then when I think of a frat house, I'm thinking it's gonna look very nice on the outside because obviously they don't want to get fined. And then maybe the inside isn't as nice, but it's not like nasty, nasty, but it's not like they're gonna get their deposit back. That's fine. What I might have to do instead is kind of like close that in and then do like a, ooh, no. Okay, guys, we're just gonna have to deal with the fact that the overlay is so big. I'm not the biggest fan of big overlay, but it's okay. Hate this. I don't hate the front at all, honestly. What stinks is that's my favorite roof pattern, but if I don't change it and the shade, it just looks like I forgot. So I have to change it. And what I do want to do is make a garage, which I might make this into a double wide because that just feels right to me. So you're gonna do this, and we see this spacing, and we could do something like this. I like how much is there. I'm basically just trying to go for texture that does not line up. So like if I was to pick this, well that lines up, so I don't want that. But if I was to go for let's say this and you want to pick a very light color, like a very typical garage color for the door, or this is also a very good option. It's probably one of the best options. And then you're gonna want to get these tiny windows. Do do. And then you kind of have like a makeshift garage. It's not perfect, but it does get the job done. So where would this go exactly? Because I'm not seeing nothing. Okay, so kind of saw that, and then I want to go back down to the foundation, and we're gonna do this. Now, if I'm thinking of a frat house, we're probably gonna need some cars, but I'm gonna do debug last because debug really throws me off. But I do think they'd probably only have like gravel driveway. Like, yeah, that's fine. Nothing too fancy. Like, maybe something that's been here for a little while. And then I think that there'd be like plants, but not like super duper upkept plants. I kind of want to do that. Um, but not like cacti or anything. That's actually a lot to upkeep if you did not know that. Maybe, yeah, maybe I'll pick this. Or this. Oh, I kind of like that one better. Listen, I don't use it often. So I get kind of like this excuse. Plus, it doesn't look like the greatest, but it doesn't look bad. Eh? So that means I can use it. Like, look at that. And then I'll just change a little bit of terrain paint around here. I just want to make it darker than the rest. Okay. Although I do want to make this kind of look like that dirt. Like it's been used a lot. So let me do that. Oh, hey, that honestly pulls the whole house together. Um, so I need to figure out mailbox, a lot of things. We're gonna have a lot of cars. I'm thinking about 3 or 4 cars. Um, I'm trying to think about hot tubs, like woohoo spots, because obviously. And then I want to make one like a very serious room where the person's actually gonna study. And I kind of want to give them like a library type area. But you know what? I was gonna do that mailbox, but I did against it. So kind of sad now. And for the trash can, I do think that they'd have a nicer trash can. I think that is something that they would invest in. Um, I'm gonna say to keep the odors out. Um, and then I want to say that this entire side of the house would be very plain, not much going on. Same with over here. I mean, I'll add like some overgrown plant, a little bit like flowers, because we don't really have weeds, which I appreciate. But it does make it hard for when, I mean, we do kind of, when I'm trying to make a rundown house. Because I was gonna do like, oh, make a rundown house with me, and then it didn't really work out. So, which is fine. That's because my imagination is not as good as other people's, and like some people, they can come up with these like no problem. They can come up with ideas, and my skill just isn't there quite yet. I'm hoping one day it will be, but not yet, and I'm not sure when it'll be there. Also, I asked you guys a question last night about what is a good length for videos that you guys want, because I was going to base it off of my analytics. And my analytics is so inconsistent, and I think it's because my videos are inconsistent, which is like fine. But I would like to know the what is like the perfect range for video length within building videos, because I've uploaded hour-long ones, I've uploaded 40-minute ones, I've uploaded 20-minute ones, I've uploaded 15-ish minute ones. So, and all of them have given me like varying results, but it's nothing to be like, oh yeah, we're gonna do 45 minutes from now on indefinitely. But, and I tried to stick to like the 20-minute range, but then my videos weren't doing as well, which really sucked. Um, so I was sitting there like, okay, well then let me do longer videos. And then sometimes those videos do well or they flop, which it easily could just be the content that I'm producing. Like, I mean, that's fine. I know my content isn't for everyone. This is more or less for my entertainment. Um, I would though like for other people to enjoy it, because if people enjoy my videos, it gives me more encouragement to keep doing them and allows me to still have an excuse to play The Sims and spend money on The Sims. Because if I'm going to be entirely honest, I would not keep spending money on The Sims if I wasn't recording videos. Like, I love The Sims, but it doesn't feel like an investment. It feels like I'm wasting money when I do it for my own gain. I don't know why I'm like this. Okay. I've just been like this since I was very, very, very young. Like, I don't like spending money on myself. It makes me so mad. But if I think, well, I'm doing it for like my subscribers, then it's acceptable. It's so bad. And I know I shouldn't think like that. Like I should be like, oh, do it for me, like, and I do buy packs that I want, but I justify it by saying, well, this pack has been out for a while, so someone who watches my videos is gonna have it. So that means that the build becomes worth something. Um, listen, it is not a good mindset. Um, I don't know why I'm this way. I couldn't tell you. I mean, I've been told I've been like this since I was very, very young. Like, if it involves spending money on me, I'm probably like 9 times out of 10 not gonna do it. It's like we did this shop with a cop, which I found out was supposed to be just for me, but I kept talking about my siblings, that the cop felt bad and spent their own personal money. I felt so bad because, like, I heard kids being like, well, why does she get more stuff? And I'm like, because I have six siblings. And they kind of looked at me and went, you're spending money on your siblings? And I sat there and I went, yeah, wouldn't you? And then, correction, wait, we were only supposed to spend, we had this limit of $100. Well, I had at the time five siblings, and I saw a lot of gifts that they wanted that I knew that my parents weren't gonna get them or Santa, so I was like, well, please, like, I know they'll really, really love this. And then I told her, like, oh, we can just take it off of my thing. Like, it's fine. I don't really need. And I just saw her face drop. But also, again, the shop with the cop was mainly supposed to be for that specific kid. I forget exactly why, if it was like excelling in school or if it was because your family didn't meet certain threshold. I'm not precisely sure. I've never really questioned it. I've gotten like mixed information is what I'll say. Is like, oh no, shop with the cop is meant for like lower income families. But the thing was, at that time, we still had money. My parents just didn't want to spend money on us, which, like, fair enough, your money, whatever. Uh, doesn't that sound real enthusiastic? So my things keep doing this. Oh my gosh. Sorry. So I am gonna do that then. Because I want to do those. Same with the lockers in high school years. They're not working for me. And I don't have any mods installed. And I've made sure I've checked my mods folder, everything. I do not have mods installed. I I don't have any CC. I don't know how to play with CC. A little embarrassing as that is. I'm sure it's the exact same as mods, but I'm not entirely sure. Oh gosh, that's a little embarrassing to admit out loud. Well, no, there's just no defending that. I was gonna be like, well, I have a boyfriend who's perfectly capable who could probably do it in a heartbeat and would do it for me in a heartbeat. Well, a fiance. Oh my gosh, my ring. Have you guys, like, I'm not sure everyone's engaged. People who are engaged, how did you guys, like, remember to keep putting on your rings? Because I forget all the time and I cannot sleep with it on. That will make me spiral. So I, I don't know what to do. Oh, right. So I was talking about a shop with the cop. Sorry, I'm all over the place. So, wait, where was I? So technically, it was mainly supposed to be like your shopping trip. And then you still like we're supposed to get your siblings like smaller things like little $10 to $20 items here and there. Which mind you, back in the day was honestly a lot of money. I'm saying, whew, I feel old, but I don't remember what year this was. I want to say 2014, 2015, but still $20 was a lot, especially for a Christmas gift. Or maybe I was made to believe that. Never thought about it like that. Anyway, but it was a lot back then. Um, and the cop spent her own personal money to make sure, like, that my siblings got what they wanted, and that I did too. Sorry, I'm getting stuff. I like feel a lump in my throat. I know I'm not gonna cry. I don't know. I think about her a lot. Anyway, great. Now I'm gonna be thinking about that for the rest of the day. I do think about that police officer all the time, like all the time. because it's just, I don't, it made, it meant so much to me. One, she taught me how to do math. I had a very low understanding of math, and like I couldn't do it in my head, and I was specifically told my entire life, never ever ever count with your fingers. And while I was being homeschooled, like I'd be popped in the hand and whatnot if I used my fingers to like try and count, which like I guess fair enough, but I don't know if I'd personally do that to my kids ever. Um, but I don't know. I would get like popped in the hand, and then when I was talking to the police officer, I obviously didn't say like, oh, my parents like popped me in the hand. Um, if I'm counting with my fingers, I was like, oh, my mom just says that it's not good practice, and because obviously I didn't want to get my mom in trouble. I was told that police officers were bad when I was younger, um, by my father, not my mother. But I didn't want to get her in trouble. I was also petrified at first because, so mind you, I'm coming into this with the understanding that police officers are not nice people. Like, that is my understanding of police officers at this point in time. And so I was petrified when my teacher pulled me aside into the classroom and went, hey, I need your mom to sign this. And I was like, okay, what is it? And she went, well, I can't tell you because it's a surprise. And if your mom says no, then I don't want you to be hurt. My mom was notorious for saying no. And I was like, well, can you give me a hint? Can I get an idea of what's going on? And so she told me, like, well, this is Shop with the Cop. And, you know, I'm not really supposed to say anything, so you can't tell your classmates. And she went, but you were specially selected. And I sat there and I was trying to process that because I was like, I was specially selected. I went, is it because I'm special needs? I looked this woman dead in the eye and I went, is it because I'm special needs? And you just saw horror on her face. So I am gonna use these, by the way, guys. I know. I wish that they had more swatches, actually. I'm not loving it. But you just saw horror on her face. She went, no, it's not because you're special needs. And I went, oh, I was genuinely disappointed. I didn't get it because I was special needs. I was like, what? Granted, our school, they were pretty fair, like the specific school that I'm talking about, they were pretty fair to their special needs kids. Like, you didn't really feel like that you were special needs or that you had a disability or anything. And at least not at that school now. I mean, I've been to schools that have been like that. It's not fun, but that school, I didn't they didn't try and do favoritism between like trying to overcompensate or even just not notice us. Because some schools do that where like they purposefully don't do anything for special needs kids. And I think it's out of fear of like being told that they're playing favorites, which like fair enough. Um, you slay. But oh, I am giving these people a full kitchen. I don't care. I want to almost kind of cut this part off. I don't know, I might. But anyway, right, I was talking. Right, so the school didn't really do like anything special for special needs kids, which honestly I appreciate. Excuse me. But then I've been to schools where like they don't let special needs kids do anything with the other kids and then don't compensate. I mean, or compensate for that. So like no pep rallies or anything, or no going to when everyone sits in the gym and they're doing like that massive announcement or whatever. They weren't allowed to do that, but then they weren't given like an option of, hey, you guys can watch this on a live stream. No, they were just made to do their homework. Um, yeah, yeah, I've been in some interesting schools. But also, I was never really that kid because my special need was dyslexia. So I was never a kid that was left out. And they tried to kick me out of special needs classes. So this is why they said that I was quote unquote too smart for special needs, even though I literally started failing the second I was pulled out of special needs classes. And it wasn't out of rebellion or anything. I just genuinely didn't know how to work. The only reason why I did so well was because my teachers were fantastic at their jobs. Like, they were the best teachers ever. And they were fantastic, not with just my disability, but with other kids' disabilities. And they were kind. They were, happy to be there. They genuinely enjoyed their job. And that made such a difference compared to normal classrooms where teachers just kind of looked at me. And I remember this one time I was sitting there and I kind of looked at the assignment because this print was super duper small and I was struggling to read it. So I walked up to my teacher and I said, "Hey, um, I'm not sure if you've read my IEP or anything." Um, no, at that point it changed into a 504 plan. Sorry. Um, but I don't know if you've read that or anything, but I can't read print this small because of my dyslexia. And this woman looked me dead in the eyes and said, "You don't really have dyslexia." I remember going home and crying to my mom because I was so upset. I was like, "Do I really not have dyslexia? Like, have I been lying to people?" My mom, I've never seen this woman get so angry. And that teacher never, ever even looked at me again. I don't know what my mom did. I genuinely don't know. Because we had incidents before that where um, one time I stayed after school because I had failed a test. And so I'm doing this test after school, and I think I did a really, really good job. Like, I felt confident, I felt good about myself. And the next, I think 2 days later, she looked at me and went, "Guys, do not waste my time." And at first, I didn't think that this was related to me. Like, I was like, "Oh, like, that's disrespectful that people are wasting their time." She went, "Don't waste my time if you're going to do worse on the second test, on your retake, than the first test, because I'm going to make that your grade." And she went, "And especially don't be like Brenna, because she was the one who did that, who wasted my time. And I had to stay after school." Mind you, you know what she did? She left me in that classroom and just talked to teachers out in the hall. And they were just gossiping. It wasn't like that they were like, "Oh, hey, here's the lesson plans for the week." Like, when I left, I went, "Oh, hey, Mrs. G, that's what I'm gonna call her. Um, hey, Mrs. G, I'm done with my test. What do you want me to do?" And she went, "Leave." Mind you, I was a really shy student, so I was like, "Oh, okay. Do you want me to help clean up anything? Do you want?" And she went, "Just leave me alone." And I was like, "Okay, have a good day." Like, I was extremely like shocked because I'd never had a teacher talk to me like that. Um, or at least not like that confrontationally. And so it did take me back. Like, I was like, "Okay." So then my mom forgot to pick me up. Or no, no, wait. Yeah. She either forgot to pick me up or there was something happening at the house. For some reason, I cannot remember. So one of the two. So I was sitting out there, and then I get yelled at by teachers because I hadn't called my mom, and I'm like, "I don't have a cell phone." And then they asked for a cell phone number, and my mom literally just changed her cell phone. So I had no clue what her number was, and she hadn't updated it in the school yet. And then I forget, I think one of my friend's moms saw me, and she couldn't drive me, but she knew my mom's like new number or something. I don't remember exactly how this played out. I just remember being panicked, and she was like, "Oh, I'll call her. Like, don't you worry, your mom's gonna be here in a little while." She didn't. Some stranger picked me up. It was my stepdad's mom's friend who had picked me up, and I was like, "Oh, okay." And like, I tried not to be ungrateful. I was thanking her a lot, and she was nice in the harsh way. She was like, "Okay, stop thanking me. Like, it's really annoying." And I was like, "Okay, thank you." I just, I mean, I'm sure it's annoying to hear a kid say, thank you so much. Like, I really appreciate you picking me up. Do you know where my mom is? Is like my mom okay? Like, what's going on?" And because I didn't know, I wasn't told anything. And I have a lot of anxiety. So I think it just really annoyed her that I kept talking. Which like my bad, my bad, my bad. Thank you. I started developing really bad social anxiety after that. I really like how this looks, by the way. Um, but anyway, that teacher was awful. She was so mean to me, and I genuinely have no clue what I ever did to her. Like, genuinely. I will never, ever, ever know what I did to her. And it was really embarrassing, though, to hear from my friends that afterwards, because some of them had her after that semester, and she still talked about me and named me out. And I remember just crying to my mom. And I mean, my mom was pretty fed up with it. My mom was pretty fed up with the school at that point. But also, what can you do when you're assigned a district? Like there's only so much you can do and so much you can complain about. So it's fine. Gotta love life. Anyway, I really, really hope that that teacher has changed for the better and never, ever, ever spoke to a student like that. Because my mom did tear her a few gnarly ones. And the thing was, I'm going to be straight up honest, and I know this sounds like I'm tooting my own horn, but I never, ever, ever as much made a joke in class. Like, I was not loud, I was not disrespectful. I always said thank you for like grading my stuff, thank you for handing my stuff in. Like, I was very, very much so like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Which might tick off people. I mean, but I never interrupted her lessons. The only thing that I ever did was ask for her to do her job and look at my accommodations. And I mean, I know some people might disagree with that statement, but if you have a special needs child who has just transferred, mind you, this was my first time ever being transferred out of a class, especially for math, which was my hardest subject. Um, and she just made it awful, and I kept begging to go back to the special needs classroom. I think this is my guess of what happened was there was a kid who needed it more, and they didn't have the staff available, so they had to pick out whichever kid they could. But in the process of doing that, once I transferred schools, mind you, they changed my IEP to a 504 plan. And then, man, I'm just ranting. Sorry, guys. I'm big mad now. They changed my IEP to a 504 plan, right? Without my mother's permission, without my mother saying, yes, you can absolutely do that. Like, I think that this is the right thing. They did not consult her. Then, granted, she didn't go to the meeting for that, but they still did it without like her permission. Um, so they changed my IEP plan to a 504 plan. Then when I transferred schools, They lost every single trace of it. So when I went to college, I mean, when I went to go like apply for colleges, I found out, no, I was in high school and I was talking to my counselor, if that's the word, sorry, I don't know why I forgot. And she told me that no, you don't have an IEP plan, a 504 plan, nothing. And I sat there and went, no, I have one. I know I have one. I know the disability that I have, this, that. And so when I talked to her and explained everything, she had me do a very quick test. Like, she said that she could tell I had something, but she obviously isn't able to like diagnose me with anything. And so I was like, but I'm not lying. I would not lie about that. Most normal kids, and I did use the word normal, and that kind of made her cry. But I went, normal kids don't really know what an IEP plan or a 504 plan is, or they don't care to know. And she was like, that's fair. Like, a lot of kids don't know that. And she went, but you don't need to say normal. And I went, it's true, normal, 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 normal. I was getting very frustrated. It wasn't her fault. I was getting frustrated at the situation. Um, she was extremely kind though, and I think that she understood that I was getting really frustrated because I didn't do anything wrong. I thought I still had this plan. I had been failing another math class, so it's a very good trend, and I kept failing, and they all kept asking me why, and I'm like, because I don't have my 504 plan. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I do good in every single other class except for math. Hey, that's kind of cool. Sorry. I'm kind of digging that though. Okay, maybe I should stop ranting though. Stop trauma dumping on you guys, right? Isn't that so cool? If I'm correct, city living has like mold. Listen, I'm not putting a mouse hole in the wall. That's annoying. Hey, we could do like a mini office area over here. I don't know how, but we'll figure it out. Let's do one bedroom. So we need at least one double wide bed. We do Discovery University. I mean, not what I'd choose. But then maybe the other two, like maybe that one, like only there during the day, so it's not really like the biggest deal. Like their priorities are straight. Um, I literally can add nothing to this bedroom. Okay, that's fine. I mean, some people choose to live like that though, so maybe that's what we'll go with. We're gonna have very much so mismatchy furniture. Um, it just feels right to have mismatchy furniture. Hmm. Sorry. Put that there. And then we're gonna just change it. Again, you guys will be able to change the colors. I'm just trying to make this pretty gender neutral. Maybe we'll put up stuff like that. Oh, it's a good idea. There we go. And then a clock, maybe? I think that's a pretty questionable clock. I think just a little one up here. And then I do want to put a TV in this bedroom. Um, if I can find the living room for Pete's sake. Just a small little TV is fine. Go forward. Sorry. Oh, let me save. I don't know when the last time it was that I saved. I'm shocked that I was able to get a bedroom that small to work. Like, I'm very shocked. Granted, there is no skill building items in here, but what I can do is. Oh, that's where the garage door went. Sorry. Making me wonder, like, I don't think I can really fit anything in that corner that your sim can grab. No, nothing really, so I'm gonna put a lamp. Um, because I'm trying to go through in my mind, like, what I can use, and I think a lamp is just gonna be our best course of action for this. By the way, I am not limiting myself by packs. I hope that you guys noticed that by now. I totally meant to say it earlier. Um, it just not in my nature. Really, it's because I feel like that this would be best as like a multiple pack build. This one's kind of Harry Potter. Then this one, I'm kind of thinking we'll do another dresser, maybe like this, but definitely a desk. I know it's a single wide desk. I know this is very much so like white on white on white. It's just what's gonna work out. No, I don't want people taking off the computer, so that's going right there. And then for this one, I can do painting skill in here. And then a dresser, because it's really about all we can put in these rooms. Sorry, just adding a pop of color. Almost makes me want to move that over. What am I gonna put here? Cut out. And then we could put like a little, I don't know, maybe they're into Santa. Is this, oh good, it's not. Okay, so that's pretty good. I don't want to add too much because then the room becomes unusable. But we can totally use like a carpet like that. And then for this bedroom, I don't know why, I'm kind of digging this carpet. And then I do think I want to put like some bookshelves. Um, some bookshelves in here. Maybe another desk with a computer. I mean, when you're having three potentially plus Sims because two could sleep in that other room, you're gonna need another desk right there. And then let's see. Let me see. That's kind of cool. I don't know what it's supposed to be. If it's supposed to be, like drugs, um, or whatnot. I don't know. So then, oh, that door layout, we're gonna need to ignore it. Let's just close our eyes and pretend it doesn't exist. Is that okay, guys? Because that's kind of what I'm feeling. Oh, maybe I should make it like very artsy out here. There we go. I kind of like that. No, I should totally put it in this bedroom. What was I thinking? Sorry. It's so cute. Yeah, maybe we'll put up this constant reminder of school, you know? And then I think one couch. Do that. Three bedrooms, two baths. They're both two full baths, too. So at least there's that. I like it. I really do. So it's gonna be Frat House. Yay! Anyway, I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. If you are new here, hello. So sorry for not addressing you sooner. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. If you have made it to the end of this video, you guys should comment waffles. You want to know why? Because I want waffles, and I really want waffles. But anyway, thank you all so much for joining me today. If you are new here, hello. Please consider liking, subscribing, commenting, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye bye.